close out all these windows and multiply their hardware. I wouldn't have these dimensions. Down there, down there. Oh, I see windows open. I don't even use this. Why is that open? Yo, yo, yo. Hey guys, I should get started in just a moment, but in the meantime, enjoy the intro. Beautiful, beautiful music. I don't know if it ever gets this beautiful ever again. Maybe fenced out possibly. Just put it there. Thanks for the likes. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. I need another monitor on this thing. Okay. Don't need to be doing that. YouTube side of things, I finally got it together, I think. I hope. Maybe not. And on the TikTok side of things, looks like y'all doing pretty well. Yeah, streaming and having basically one monitor set up. It's hard. It's hard. I didn't think having one monitor would ever be a detriment, but it is something. But hello. I feel privileged to have the one monitor anyway, but no, still. Just pop this out. I think everything is functioning properly now. We just go and double check here real quick. Man, this is like the longest it's ever taken me to get set up. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that like right in you guys' ear. Oh, now it's looping around again. Let me go ahead and get you guys started, because I don't know how often y'all can hear that intro, but I love it though. I love it though. That's my favorite intro. Literally one of my faves. And I already know I'm gonna have to wait to get in anyway. Yep, see, I already know it's gonna have to wait. It always happens that way. Yep, okay. Looks like everything's functioning properly now. I don't know what was going on before, but it is working now. All right, as you guys can see, we're just waiting to get into the game. And it looks like we're in. All right, so last time we left, actually, I literally was just on this yesterday. I just forgot. We were being deceived by somebody. We're usually getting deceived like every 5 minutes, so it's hard for me to keep track of like who's deceiving us now or who's causing concern at the moment. But somebody somewhere was deceiving us, and you know what? We're not going to stand for it. Not at all. Is he gonna let me do that? It is. Okay. All right. My girl, Iampinkfuego. How you doing? How's your morning been? How long have you been standing here? Have you eaten today, Iampinkfuego? No? Just waiting for your warrior light? Let's get down to business. All right, so if you guys aren't used to my usual lives, whenever I'm doing Final Fantasy 14, just to get you started, I always voice over the unvoiced parts. So yeah, feel free to hear my bad voice acting, but it makes it a lot more lively to give these people some voices when they don't have one. Iampinkfuego is a hard voice to do, so give me a second. Jeez, okay. Oh my god. I have already informed Alpha Node of our plan to recreate the beacon. I didn't try that hard first. The beacon in the manner Moonbreeder described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Lucid, and that I have faith that you will return to us, as you always have. Oh, that is sweet. I mean, sorta, kinda. You know how much I fought for you? You know what? I'm not gonna address it now. You're just now saying thank you, and it's crazy. Let's see. The fact that they want me to go all the way back out to the... Hold on, wait. Before we go anywhere, you already know the glam must match. If we're going to go to the snow, we need the jacket. And today, I'm feeling like I'm very chilled. All right, now we can go. I need to get some more outfits, honestly, because right now I only have the new jacket says. They gave me this mount at the last minute, bro, and I just feel like I haven't gotten the most use out of it that I should, so it's gonna be flapping with me for a while. I don't even know if the event is still going on. Matter of fact, let me see. Areas congested. Wait, hold on, what? Hold on, this is new information to me. Let's see. Welcome to Fairy. Welcome to Final Fantasy 14. Fairy is categorized as a congested world. Bonus incentives are in place when performing a home world transfer to a preferred world. Incentives include free home world transfer and items you can exchange for rare mounts. The All Saints Wake seasonal event is underway until November 4th. Okay, so the event's still going on. And I didn't know they gave you like an incentive to like move. Hey, it's that packed up that they give you an incentive to go to the different world. That is crazy. That is wild. But I mean, how am I supposed to get things done if I don't have a lot of other warriors like around to help me get things done? Oh my god, it's so... It feels like the snow has gotten like a little bit deeper out here. This kind of feels like that level in Elden Ring where like it's, well, nah, never mind. I lied. I'm not even gonna put that out there. That level is not to be talked about. Never mind, because that is crazy. You can't see literal anything in front of you with like the nets. It's like 10 feet in front of you, if that. Good to see you, Lucid. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Royale. Oh my god, I swear I knew her name the other day, I did not. And Udai, even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetherite. After you, Scion. Pink fire, nice. Yes. Got that right, fam. Oh, that sounds like a voice part, and I'm happy. It makes my job easier. It might be a voice part. I don't know. There was a lot of nodding just then. Oh, it's not voice. There. It's ready. God, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to start voicing. I thought it was already something on there. Let me lock in. Let me lock in. Ah, it worked, I think. Try tuning into the Aetherite now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We have done all we can, Lucid. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. That was a lot of work for us to just like stop here, turn it on essentially, and then go back home. Like, this could have been an email. Honestly, this could have been an email. We can't ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. If she succeeds, you have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbria's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray, speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. I don't think it's gonna be a good message. Sir Aymeric doesn't seem like he likes me that much. Sir Aymeric regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read to you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat. Yet, in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Lucid Navarre, the warrior of light, savior of Yerzia, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish needs, you wield yours in service to the greater cause. May Halon bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. And with that blessing, I now have Shiva. Literally one of my favorite summons. I'm not gonna lie. She's just so badass, bro. Like, I can't. Like, Shiva is always the best. And the best form of Shiva has always been Final Fantasy X. Like, no lie. That's when she had like the most attitude, I feel like. I haven't played every single Final Fantasy game, but I played a good bit, and the most attitude I've seen her in was 10. Wait, hold on. What was the other one? With a party of other players. The party of... Oh, it's sending me back to Snowcloak. That's why. Damn, dude. I was like, what was that other option? Yeah, it shouldn't take long for this to queue up, I don't believe. In the meantime, maybe I should go shop from some more lamps. See if I can hit. Wait, who's gold now? Oh, all right, never mind. I don't have time to shop for glams. This is cool. It's cool. This jacket will last me for a while.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
I mean, this version of Shiva is alright, but not the best. I should have put the shield on instead. Oh, God. My bad. Sorry. I'll just make sure I don't die again. I'm sorry. Oh, my magic isn't came back. I'm tripping. I'm not used to dying, so I didn't realize my magic didn't come back. We got this. We'll be alright, maybe. battle theme for this always gets so turned, bro. I paid attention that time. I seen it that time. Oh. Easy peasy. Easy. The fact that I died, bro, I am so trash. Oh my god. I got commendations even though I died. These were pity commendations. These are definitely not, you did good commendations.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander a mother's gift.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
Tap you later. Bite it, 12. You're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Giovannians are skilled with glamours after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations. You see, no? Fair enough. I was only asking. Girl, I ain't slow. Just call me stupid, bro. If you ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the rising stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front and speak with Alpha Node. He's probably worried sick about you. That or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you healed and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. I don't like how she asked me any of that. I'm over it. Oh, never mind. I might as well fly over. Where, oh where? There it is. Why is this slowly becoming my favorite mount, bro? Come on. There it is. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think it's pretty flawless when I say that I should have nothing more to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. I went in, I slapped a couple ice cubes, ran out. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning? But it's not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one for which we have Lucid to thank. Yes, you are right. Of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillamont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your man recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it that these self-same supplies that the Heritage stole from the House for Attempts caravan? Less the crystals which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Oh, and unrelated note, Lucid, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad of ways. Pray, do not think less of him. Ah, but he cares if I actually die or not. I love that for us. And we're off. But to where? Never mind. Teleport. Tripping. I am tripping. Where am I going? Where else? Hello. What were you thinking, Lucid? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Isart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat. By the fury, Lucid. This is the stuff of balance. A battle of the ages. Would that have been there to fight by your side? Yet, here I was, forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of dear friend for his veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But here you are now. That is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Amric wished to have words with you and Master Alphanode in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. That's the only person that actually cares about me, bro. This is my ride or die. Oh. Okay. Okay. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to look at things.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emeric, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors,
Nope.
but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Hey, what's good? Because we can do this right now. We can do this right now. Yeah, back up.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies.
That's the date.
Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their
If you mean
differences.
Lucia, I don't know, bro, because she's coming off a little too hard for me right now.
Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you.
She seems trustworthy, but she still seems mean, bro.
Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Wait, hold
Think
on.
nothing of it.
Oh, so you're not
Ishgard
talking
may be
about
many
Lucia.
things,
Are you talking about
but it
Aymeric?
is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Or Hershafont? I mean, I can see either one of them. Aymeric, fair option. 5 out of 5. I thought you were talking about Lucia at first. I was about to say, I can't really... Lucia rubs me the wrong way. Like, I know she's going to open up, but she came off a little too hard. But Aymeric, yeah, 5 out of 5. Oh my god, I passed straight by him. I didn't know I was supposed to go back to him. It would seem that we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reprisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if the word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. Oh yeah, bum boys forever. The Garlean Empire believes that the primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to the very star. As such, they deem any actions taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well, any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all of Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Lucid. It is better that we continue this conversation in Mordonia. Fine, but I'm not taking my jacket off this time. I'm just not. Because I feel like we're going to come back out of here again, and I'm not changing the clam. Sorry. Bro, on G, like, in the fact that, like, okay, so Alpha Node will complain about the code and then still show up in the outfit where he's showing half his skin. Like, I'm right, bro, please pick your struggle. Talk about something. I'm not best for the code. I bet you're not. I can see your back, bro. What makes it even worse is Menphilia showed up out there with a whole coat on, so everyone knows and they see that it's cold, but Alpha knows just like, nah, I'm all about the glams, fam. This outfit's just too good.
Words cannot well express how glad
You're not
I am
wrong.
to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it.
Yeah, I can give you the rundown.
Excellent. I shall summon the others at once.
Good, because if it was just gonna be you, my lady, this could have been an email.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
Really certain. It was my
Certain
favorite.
as we can be that good King Mogglmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not.
Okay, but the
full
style you
sure
chose for your
am I
buns,
that she
face,
was
hair,
groomed for the
coloration
thrill.
could be a little brother of mine.
You are privy to the secrets of summoning.
I had to double
and
take.
but a single party standeth to profit from
We
the
have really good
dissemination.
taste. Let's just say that. We have
Now,
really
I
good
wouldn't presume
taste.
to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Oh, pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think.
I thought about adding freckles, but
Eidolon speaks to her as well.
I think I'm good without them for now.
If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages.
Unless the Ishgardian's fears are well founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For our mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
The fact that we don't have a class that can summon Shiva is just like such a detriment to this game, bro. Shiva is one of the best summons introduced in Final Fantasy history, and I'll dare anybody to say otherwise, bro. I mean, the sky of the end knows for knowledge of Midgard Summer. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? The commotion outside. Would you see it all is amiss? I am enjoying the story, like honestly, but the only thing is, I just wish a lot more of these scenes were voiced, and it's fine. I can fiddle my way around and voice them myself, but you know, it would be nice to not be different variations of me. Lucid, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Betrayal has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She'd been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. That'd be a lot of money for voice actors though. I believe it. I definitely believe it. Citizens report seeing Betrayal quitting the city via the Gate of Nod with a blood-led spear in her hand. She makes for Castro and Meridian. I am certain of it. With her fate in the Erzia as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee her Imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert of the First are hot upon Betrayal's heels. Pray, make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. Well, if we're still gonna be out here for a while, then I'm switching back to Lambs. You know what? It's been a while since I pulled this one out. Combat ready. There really is a lot of dialogue, and honestly, I love like. Okay, I'll be lying if I totally said like I love every bit of it. I do like the story, I really do, but like sometimes, again, if I'm not voicing this stuff, bro, it's just like, hey, here's a good 3-page essay. Go ahead and read that real quick. Yeah, all right, next thing. All right, where we going? Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. It's not cold in this region, so it should be all right. Ilbert, what's the haps, fam? My thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They said that Betrayal walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep the matter secret, so thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Betrayal must not be allowed to reach Castro and Meridian. Be all the opening dialogue. Then walking away for a few minutes while it's in auto. Thank you. I'm doing my best with the voices. I'm better at I swear I'm better at a lot of the male voices than I am at like the female voices. I didn't just start, so I've been playing. Okay, so to give you a backstory, small backstory, I've played Final Fantasy 14 for a while, but the thing is I've made it to Stormblood and haven't made it anywhere past that. Like I haven't even finished Stormblood per se. No, I don't think I finished Stormblood, so I haven't made it to like a good portion of the content, and I said I wanted to do a fresh start and then kind of go through this one. More or less. Where is the... Yeah, I know the content is like, I don't know. It's just like when I make it to Stormblood, I'm like, what is going on here, bro? Stormblood to me, honestly, doesn't feel like a really good... Like a lot of people say Realm Reborn isn't for them, but Stormblood feels like, Stormblood feels like the worst expansion for me, per se. I don't know. Maybe it's just the aesthetic of it, but it's just not my favorite expansion. Oh my god, where am I? Wait, where did they have me going? Oh, she's all the way up there. I'm gonna just go ahead and go here. Now, I will say there was one like really standoutish glam thing in Stormblood. When they get you to wear the enemy's armor, that's like the enemy's armor in Stormblood is on another level. I was like, whoa, the way I'm about to add this to my glam set, bro. What's the highest class set? I'm not gonna lie, I slick had a dummy class just so I could be able to get the other ones that was gonna have like a little level wall. So my highest class is technically Red Mage, which I have not done anything with whatsoever. Like I don't use Red Mage at all. I don't even know how to use Red Mage. I really only bought that class so I could get access to my other class. Sage is my favorite. It's the other bits is so good though. Mixing the, are you talking about mixing the different glam pieces, or like mixing up well, nah, cause you didn't mix Red Mage's glam pieces. Not yet anyway. Not until that update happens. This wretch was with Roel. He threw himself at us. She didn't blink when we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own. God's damn harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. Listen to it. Okay, wait, what was your... Hold on, what was your question? You asked what was my highest level class, right? It was Red Mage, 90. Alright, you guys, I'm just gonna put this in. Can I heal everybody out here? I don't think my heals were yeah, my bad. I like to ramble. Got lock one. There we go. I hope they don't want me to do anything else other than fight who I want to fight out here, because right now I don't have a single target. Yeah, I think just kill him first. Alright. Is that the healer? I'm assuming so. Who just died? Is that the only healer? Hey, I can't hear all y'all, fam. There's too many of y'all out here. What Come on, DPS duty? Oh my god. Good, because they're like, they keep coming, bro. Nice. I thought I was gonna fail for a second. Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir. What word are you playing on? Fairy? Good work, man. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you falling so low. What would you know of low? You are a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it's your gods giving you right to rule over others? You know not of our plight, the injustice that we lowborn Ishgardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whirling myself. Oh, whoring myself. It is not fault of mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I join the flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person even have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Raban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than shirts on our back. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet, never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye. But no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are you any different, Finn? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshall, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it's that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Udal to face justice, and the people who trust you have dragged through the gutter. Oh, you got dragged through. Oh my god, I missed that part. That was so bad. Okay, he is too though. Hey, bro, the way Ilbert just. It is wild, bro. This man is really just, he is a different breed. He is a different breed. Ilbert just be lying through his teeth, bro. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raban chose his. I don't know, man. This guy over here in the blue looks kind of crazy.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Raban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little sultana to the last.
This guy right here is one of the reasons why people don't like Lalafels. One of the main reasons, bro. Exactly. He is one of the main reasons why people don't like Lalafels. Captain Ilber and I have a few questions for the Flame Monster regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. Ah, but I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Mephilia of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held Royal in high regard. For better or for worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Be like gold. I'm sick. Let's see. At Rising Stones, we shall go. Oh my god. Every single time I come here, I always go the wrong direction. I just went a full circle around the Aetheryte every time. Ophelia, I'm back.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say. Together with Robon, Eline lent us much needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with White Auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to Auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Hydaelyn placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume
Welcome,
that you would do the
Sensei.
same when we next
Yes, you have
encounter
caught
such a
me.
foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Hydaelyn did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white orosite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the orosite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
The way she makes him shake,
Mine
bro.
Apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould
Thank
be
you, Sensei.
unseemly to leave them
I
unattended.
try to keep a vibe going.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Yo, the way she just be making this man uncomfortable, bro.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Yeah, Moonbreeder is one of my favorites, I
Aye.
swear.
Yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the dark beings call the one true God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
I feel like A Realm Reborn has like a lot of good parts in it. For like all the trash end of the stick that it gets, it's actually not. It has some really nice parts. Honestly, it always has a vibe. It always has like a real cool vibe. I don't mind going back through it too much and like going back through the whole Loveland from one thing.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more.
I've been saying her
We have
name
reason
wrong
to
every
believe that
time.
Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however,
see you later, fam,
emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van
Jesus.
Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
Is that the Crystal's Braves like emote? I said emote. Is that their salute?
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Wayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve.
Oh, he mad.
I know you can hear me, monitorous scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished. Purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it.
Hey, my man is going off in his room by himself, bro. So,
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
Oh my god, I've been watching the cutscene for that long, it's blacked out.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves, for a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah. Your Grace,
This chaos about to be like on a high scale, bro.
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
I mean, uprooting her entire monarchy and just basically changing the way the area is going to be run. That just screams chaos in general, bro. There's no easy way to do that. There's no way to ease in a different type of being ran. Big facts, man. Big facts. Wait, why can't I? Dungeon requirement enable hard. Girl, what? Oh my god, what? You want me to run the naval again? Oh my god. Okay, well I guess. Anything Minophilia wants, or whatever. I mean, the naval hard isn't bad. Or was the no, the naval hard wasn't bad. The naval hard wasn't bad. It's fine. I don't even. Oh, do I have to unlock it? I guess I haven't got it yet. All right. Oh. I gotta tune to the Aetherite. I'm tripping. Where, oh where? Okay, this. Ride, pumpkin, ride. They have a really nice Christmas smell. First time playing though. No, I've played before. Long story short, I played before, but up until Stormblood. So I'm just starting over, so I can get a fresh playthrough this time. Am I tripping? Oh no, I gotta go all the way around. Oh my god. Finally! The crystal. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna see all the following company seals. Oh, that's fine. I need to go spend my company seals. I don't think I'm getting a lot from it though. I have not been doing anything at the Grand Company whatsoever. I think I still, hold on. Yes, I guess I actually gotta do it. I couldn't just unlock it. Okay, that's fine. Oof. The wait time for this is a little more, a little bit higher. Funny, I did the same thing. I stopped the Shadowbringers, but now done with Dawn Trail. Yeah, I stopped at Stormblood because like Stormblood was like my least favorite expansion, more than likely. And yeah, I just I ended up starting back over again, and then now I'm gonna try to push through Stormblood, hopefully. No, I know I can do it. I just without restarting. For some reason, I'm just tied to Realm Reborn. Oh, that's kind of okay. It might queue pretty quickly. Actually, should I fight this? Oh no, I just got like 5 seconds before this thing disappears. I'm gonna just go ahead and walk back out of here. It's fine. I was about to say failed in like a second. All right, what can I? Oh yeah, I was gonna go finally shop for some new glams, but I guess that's not happening right now. I don't know why I sound like that whenever the queue like actually queues up. It is a privilege to have my queues actually do like that. Oh, DPS that went to sleep. Is there a different cutscene when you do the hard version? This doesn't seem like a different cutscene. Hi. Let's do this thing. After I get the right one. Oh! Did somebody die? Oh no. Oh! Oof. So close. He's throwing out my shield at the wrong time. Thank you, Scholar. Because I be throwing out my shield at the wrong time. What do we do with the bomb bottle? So I guess not get blown up. Oh, did somebody fall off? Oh, no, I can do that. I can't. Oh, I was like, what was going on? Thought everything froze for a second. I was scared. Oh my god! Ah! Oh my god! I am so trash. I was doing so good. Help. You know what? It's fine. I think y'all got it. It's fine. It's fine. But also, I'm sorry. I am very sorry. I promise I won't go down again. Quickly anyway. Oh, maybe not. Hold up. Jeez, okay. I almost went down again immediately. All right, fair. GG, guys. Oh yeah, I should get loot from this. I can't get that either way. Scholar, you did amazing. 5 out of 5. Ah, they gave me accommodations. Those were not earned accommodations. Those are definitely pity accommodations. One of these times, I'm actually earning some accommodations. All right. So I should be able to. There we go. I am most eager to address the ASEAN threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shilba will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days, I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braids established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we all have resources we need to address them in return. I read that completely wrong. Lucid, in particular, is ever a steady hand who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Uda? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monetarious ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their own advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard pressed. Plainly, General Raban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Uda, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Moonbrinder's research is proceeding as planned? So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Orion J is poring over his tomes in the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unresolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Lucid, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alpha Node and his Braves with theirs? It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Rail's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command in order him to investigate the Odal riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once of the usual fashion. If I'm not mistaken, Rail was like the dude from the Company of Heroes. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's good at gathering info. Yep, I was right. Pleasure as always, Lucid. You'll be escorting the commander to Uda, I take it. Actually, I had another task in mind for him. If you would be so kind as to repeat your report for his benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons what found their ways into refugee hands a ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising. A rather large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near High Bridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind the merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Lucid, don't it? Junior's fellow. He was doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden as disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands will be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Lucid? I don't really have a choice in the matter, so, you know, fair. Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at High Bridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you excuse me, I must leave for Uda. I expect good tidings. Said at High Bridge. Ah. Oh, I'm so glad I can fly here. I always got lost trying to find my way out of there. Lucid. My scouts have been keeping a close eye on the black marketeer. It would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath the man of your standing, and Commander Levior needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men ever have a need of a loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clients do not escape. With me, Lucid. All right, let's go do this thing. Man, you're not telling me that they ran all the way over there, bro. Ain't no way. No mount or nothing. They just sprinted full force over there. You know what? More power to you, homies. Y'all could at least make it seem believable, bro. Like you wrote the Chocobo, the Chocobo bus line over there or something. Hi, bye. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Once you dispose of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Probably not the best entry. Oh, he looks ready to fight. Who goes there? Adventurer? Damn, fool. You should have never come here. Well, I was gonna talk to you, but you know what? You know what? Yeah, this is all you guys' fault. I was gonna talk though. Yep, well, that went exactly how I thought it might. Man, what's this all about? Urgh. Ilbert? Hi, hey, yeah, so I don't think you're supposed to kill him. He looks dead. This looks dead. This looks dead. All right, I'll see what you have to say. It's fine. As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Levier will be most disappointed. Damn it all. Golden opportunity. Wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Dusklight sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Brass Blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons, yet even the accomplishment is lacking. For the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. I don't know if I believe your story, fam. We'll join the first in their hunt for the Dusklight sellswords. If the guards are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Uda in my stead. Entrust them to the third's Yu Hase. He will take care of the rest. Roger that, fam. Although you do look suspicious. Where? That's the weakest guy. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Yo. You. All right. Got the business. Let's see. Oh, is it down here? Ah, it is. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend of the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance to correct this. Now, what brings you up this day? A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer? Courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once we catalog the continents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Rael stated with confidence that there will be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Rael is unfamiliar with the ways of Udar merchants. Whoever strive to present themselves is greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Guardians up north. There'll be nothing fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the Cerulean processing plant. Time for the fort to earn their keep, eh? Right, well, Alian, or Alian, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution. Until we meet again. Lucid, a word, if you please. Not here. Look for me at Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. On the way. Man, the way he just cleared this entire area. Hold on. City clothes, so I don't look so suspicious. Thanks for indulging my request. Few places better than the market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and bustle of old commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. The burning wall, when you had a captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. Yeah, so I walked around the corner and Buddy was laying on the ground dead. That's not quite how I first told it. These dust fights they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started and not after. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable, gosh damn it. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've ever deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow the transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking guild from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I have a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending the ear. Right then, let's get back to it. That's it. Can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you're able. What does Tataru want? She doesn't even call on me like that, bro. Here, fam. What's good? What's goody? Thank you for coming so quickly. Listen, we have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most determined lady, by all indications. Oh my god, I need to get rid of this cough. Our guest is with the antecedent in the cellar at the present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? Oh, is this an intervention about my glams? Fight me.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgardsormr himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald. Only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgardsormr had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Sorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
I guess.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I will ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Urian J stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flat shield of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Balazar attempted to seize control of Murdana. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgard Soma, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Guardian airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's Cirian engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transported Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystalline aethers or moams around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at the center, a constant reminder of the fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Emeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It will be wise to speak with him before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what the dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done and precious little time to do it. They can say what they want about you, fam, but you be commanding. You be dishing out some commands. I give you that much. Alright, it would be easier for me to just... Let's do this. It's easier for me to just teleport to the thing and then just run over there, because I have to go through so much loading just to get out the door. Let's see. Man, it looks crazy out here right now. Why does it look like this? Does it usually look like this out here? Jeez. Have I not paid any attention to this part of the area? I just noticed you can see him from all the way over here. That is wild. Man, it really does look like dead out here. You're in luck, sir. I was about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Castrium Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Castrium supply lines have been cut for some time, and I wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then. The Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again. I spent so much healing teleporting. Maybe the only way for Aether in the big city and If's the main is close side with teleport. Yeah, bro. The amount of money, I just stopped looking at it, honestly. I spend money so often just to, it's like a quick Uber. Well, from here that seems rather unlikely, but if the assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the courts in its entirety. Easier said than done, given that the creatures which inhabit the wreckage and the aforementioned guardians who won't take kindly to your presence, they're sure to fire upon an airship, so I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius, then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. You're a very learned fellow, fam. Thank you for your insight. I should bring my allies. Oh my god, clear it. Click no. They're gonna make me run a naval again though. Oh, jeez. I feel so special. Hi. Oh. Hi. Okay, her hair looks cool. Oh yeah, I should probably put this on, shouldn't I? Sushi and dragon time. Let's do it. Oh, whoa. Wait, why? I looked down for 2 seconds, bro. Who is dying already? Don't worry, fam. I got y'all. Big heels all the way. Oh. It feels so weird to be a healer and like your AoE requires you to be all up and on the enemy. I always thought that was the weirdest setup ever. Big explosion and minor explosions. I love the dancer stage, man. OMG, yo, that was my combination for the longest. The dancing feels so fluid, honestly. It's just so fun to play. And so is the sage. The sage feels like a healing dancer. Or a more potent healing dancer. No. Ah, I knew that was coming. I got you, fam. I won't let you die, my boy. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'm definitely gonna see if I can try to, when I make it there, I'm gonna try to main Astrologian, because I like the aesthetic of Astrologian. Like, while Sage feel like the most fluid version of healer, Astrologian is like the most aesthetically pleasing. Definitely not going to be as good as healer on it though. At least not for the first part of it. Oh, whoa, wait a second there. Whoa. Gotta lock in. I'm AoE. I'm dying to a lot of AoEs. All the classes. I got all 33 at least to 50. Fair enough, fair enough. They all do have something fun about them, honestly. I just wish the healers had a lot more DPS options. That's the only thing. At least like in the beginning, it feels like we don't really do too much other than, which I know we're supposed to mainly focus on healing, but it does feel like we lack in DPS hard. I feel like I was like super locked into that. I have no idea why. Come on. Oh. And I did not mean to come in here so dripped up. This is honestly my city outfit. I forgot to change.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
You don't look so scary, fam. Honestly, for real though. I see lower enemies that look scarier than you. Uh-oh. My bad. Oh wait, my things are this. You gotta hit harder than that, fam. There we go. Uh-oh. Nice. Easy. Oh, looks like I just got a bunch of trash. Oh wait, hold on, let me see. You know what? Actually, no. I like this. I can't glam it yet, but is that the only thing I got? Yeah. Ah, and they gave me combinations that I think I actually earned this time.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
From the story that was told about him, he seemed like a good guy.
Answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
That certainly doesn't look like something that wouldn't harm, but you know, it's fine.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
I saw that smack, then becomes a cute dragon.
The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait.
I just be like, I like that he becomes one of the best minions in the game.
If it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp.
He really is, bro.
I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life.
It's hard to take him seriously when he comes in his cute dragon form.
Grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
You meant some admitted guard something about selecting corresponding entry within the minion guide on the character and the minion. You know, just for now, I'm gonna drop off my favorite minion and just go ahead and put on my second fave. I like that. Wait, he isn't the only one that has the independent one. All right, buddy, you're stuck with me. I hope you like what you see. I was beginning to feel the worst. Were those explosions I saw? Ah, but you shouldn't waste your time talking with me. Alpha Node left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Of course he did. When does Alpha Node not want to talk to me, bro? I'm his favorite. Menphilia, I'm back. Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Menphilia informed me of Sir Amarant's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it. Then I would hear your report. converse with Midgar Soma? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it as considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish and has ensued laying dormant these past 15 years? Lesser resurrection and more rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Aymeric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgar Soma in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relationship with Ishgard, that you cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Aymeric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray, remain here for now. Is there something you're not telling us, Lucid? You seem different somehow. It's almost as if you're missing something. Something important. Yeah, he struck me in the heart. 12 for Finn! Midgar Soma stripped you of your blessing of light? Are you alright? How do you feel? I'm alright. I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It's beggar belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgar Soma made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. I think, in Nemea, Brother Time and Sister Fate decreed that Midgar Soma ever watch over the source, from which all water and magic was set to flow. I wonder, what if that was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you, as he claimed, mayhap you an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Art thou a pawn, or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Don't come in here and mock me and then leave. That's very rude.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
The Ishgardians have warred with the Durranians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet, regardless of how strong their magical wards may be, I nevertheless feel that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgard's summer who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do not but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. I forget. I believe Moonbreeder has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume that there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray, inform me that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I have completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Oh, done with your talk of dragons. Wonderful. Because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the Solars, shall we?
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Ascians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalimo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
All right, Alphino needs something, Moonbreeder needs something, you need something, everyone needs something. You know what? I'm taking a break. But nah, yeah, this is about to be the end of the live stream for the evening. More than likely be on as per usual the next day. Probably around the same time, if anything. But yeah, if you liked what you've seen or like being a part of the live or just want to come and chill out or whatever, just like, comment, subscribe, share, and yeah, join whenever. Chill out, have a coffee, do all that other stuff. But yeah, see you guys on the next live.